everybody and welcome back. My name's Alison, the online piano and the online violin tutor. Today is another quick tip of the day video where I just give you little hints and tips of the day. They're little pieces of information that I thought it was worth mentioning, but I perhaps couldn't make into a whole video's worth. So sometimes I'll play in the video, sometimes I won't, and there'll be anything from say a minute long to 3 minutes long. But here is another little tip of the day. Why don't you, if you're having trouble with a piece of music, why don't you put a metronome to it? Metronomes are really good to play for, or to play along with, just because they help highlight mistakes, they help highlight passages that you're not quite so confident on, and it's really good for rhythm and just sort of generally keeping you in time. So what I would suggest first that you start with is perhaps, if you've got one of the metronomes that you can just see literally my fingers pointing in the background, one of the metronomes that tick left and right, they're great to have because you can physically see a pendulum ticking left to right. That's just the one in the background. That's a wind-up metronome. I have got a metronome sitting in my piano as well that I can set at different speeds and different languages, actually, if anybody's interested. And also you can get the little digital ones as well that you stick batteries in and you just turn a dial. So they're very they're a cross between the one in the background there that I'm pointing to and sort of this one. But either which way, it doesn't really matter as long as you can hear the metronome. But if you're playing something particular, I might just start the metronome at a slow speed. So you might want to start it at a stupidly slow speed. So by stupidly slow, I mean so slow that obviously you can play it at that speed, maybe 10 metronome beats lower than you think you're comfortable with. You'd be surprised what slow practice does as well. So that's another good thing. I won't go into that, but slow practice on a piece of music, even though you're familiar with it, can highlight lots of naughty things potentially that are going on in there. So start it really slow, below where you're confident of playing it. You never know, it might highlight a few things that you're doing and you might not have known, oh, I didn't notice I was doing that before. So start it off really slow, say maybe, I don't know, it depends. I mean, really slow would be sort of 40 odd, wouldn't it? This is about 70 now. And then what you can do is just, when you've played it through 3 or 4 times at this speed, then you can just increase the speed of it, play it 3 or 4 times at that speed until you're happy, then play it, then put another 10 beats higher or something like that, play it half a dozen times at that speed when that's going all correct, do it another, you know, so you're gradually getting faster and faster. So us professionals do play with a metronome as well. It's absolutely invaluable, but don't be mistaken, metronomes are not for beginners and children and things like that. They're for professionals as well, otherwise I wouldn't have a metronome sitting in the back either. So I do use my metronome for practice, especially when there's passages that I'm just having particular trouble with on the violin to try and get my fingers around. Same with piano as well. Stick the metronome on, perfect, job done, and it just gives me something to sort of play game with, something to aim for. So there we go, another tip of the day, to always try and play with a metronome because it will help you in so many ways. So thanks very much for watching, folks, and I'll see you on the next tip of the day.